Today's falconry word is something I do not want happening to me, and that's called footing me. One of the most dangerous parts of a raptor is obviously their feet. Their talons are very sharp and they have a very strong grip strength. I believe the statistic I famously know is that a great horned owl has 500 pounds of pressure per square inch that they can squeeze. They're a little bigger and heftier than a red-tailed hawk. I don't know how they got that information. If I find it, I can link to it. The bigger the bird, the bigger the grip strength, the bigger the foot, the heavier the talons, and the more pressure that can be applied when they squeeze those feet tightly. Obviously, they're doing that to grab their prey. So footing me is, unfortunately, if she grabs me with one of her feet. Talons or not. This has happened. It happens to every falconer. It's not usually their fault, in my opinion. Usually I'm reaching in and trying to move her food around, or she doesn't know my hand is there, or it's a stupid decision on my part and she ends up footing me. Now, potentially they can do a lot of damage if they do that, right? Especially if it's a wild bird that you're rehabbing and not a falconry bird that you're training and working with. Usually they realize that that's not food and they let go, at least the birds that I've been training with. Now, the wild birds are something else. They see, you see your hand coming up that looks like a threat to them, that looks like a predator's claw, so they reach out with their feet, and they tend to fight more with their feet than their beaks. It depends on the species, though. I've rehabbed plenty of hawks that, if you have a hold of their feet, they're just like, oh, you got my feet, that's it. But I've worked with owls that I've rehabbed where you grab their feet and they're like, I have another weapon, I'm gonna bite you. And it's really interesting the different personalities they have. Anyway, so footing their falconer happens. You kind of just have to stay calm because there's literally nothing you can do until that bird decides to let go. Hopefully the talons don't go all the way in. Hopefully they're not sitting on the glove with one foot and grabbing your other hand in the other foot, or you are handcuffed and you could do zero things. That happened to me once when I was working with a falcon getting off the lure. I forget what happened, but I had to get the lure out of her foot in favor of the food. It was the same, swap out situation. And she grabbed my hand that was going in trying to get to the lure. So I had my glove with the lure in it on my left, and I had her foot on my right hand. That one drew blood. Sometimes they draw blood. But all you can do is just stay as calm as possible and wait. It doesn't, I'm not going to say that. It can hurt really bad. If you're working with something as big as an eagle, you've got gloves that go all the way up to your, past your elbow. They're extremely dangerous, and you really have to be aware of that when you're working with these animals in any situation. So footing is something that you want to avoid. Obviously, they're going to foot their prey as well. That's how they grasp it and catch it and eat it and all that stuff. So it happens. It hurts. But I'm a living survivor of birds that have footed me. I hope it doesn't happen to you. Thanks for watching. I've never gotten her actual grip strength. I don't know if those I don't know what I'm talking about there. Wait for the car. Well, I guess they use their beaks to eat it. Anyway, so footing me is when I'm working with the bird and she grabs me with one of those feet. Talons,